Hey everyone, Sarah here. So I wanted to do this video to educate others about the implications of breast plant illness. I had never actually ever heard of this before, so a little bit about my story. I ended up getting breast implants. I had Mentor silicone under the chest muscle 13 years ago. I had just finished breastfeeding my 3 children and knew that I wouldn't be having any more children. And of course, you know what happens with our bodies, where after breastfeeding our breasts change. And I had always been about a C cup, and this was around, I was 30 years old when I had the implants in, and I just didn't feel, I felt like my body was out of proportion. When I looked in the mirror, I just didn't like myself. I didn't like my breasts. They were almost like, it was like they were deflated. It was like the breast tissue had just disappeared, and they were almost like sort of tea bags. And I just didn't feel attractive anymore. And at the time, everyone was getting breast implants, and it was quite common. So I looked into it, and literally within 2 weeks, I had the surgery and had them in. It was a very, very fast process. At no time was I informed that I may end up getting sick from them. It was really just talking about the implications of the surgery more than anything. And looking back now, if somebody had pointed out to me that you may, have symptoms and health conditions from getting implants, I probably would have considered it. I would have really looked into it, I think, a lot more. But yeah, it was kind of like everyone's getting them, they must be safe. Obviously they're not going to be putting things out there that aren't safe. 13 years later, I'm very more aware of the pharmaceutical industry. I'm aware of what's going on, within the realm of that, the medicines, our medical system. There's a lot of things out there where studies haven't been conducted, and a lot of people are getting sick, not only from breast implants, but from lots of other things, including medications and so forth. So fast forward to now, 13 years later. I am due to going for surgery tomorrow to get an explant done. About 3 years after having implants, everything was totally fine, but I started getting breakouts on my chin, and thought it was hormonal acne, thought it was stress. I had a lot going on at the time, and all of this sort of stuff was going on, and I'm still having troubles 9 years later, 10 years later, with my the pimples breaking out. And it seems such a small thing, but I tell you what, I've tried everything. So I've changed my diet. I have tried, I've been to a dermatologist. He's given me loads of different creams to utilize. I have been to a naturopath. I've had full detox, all different things over the years, and nothing's worked. My husband jokes because sometimes, I'll think it's a certain food, and, so I'll say, it's those bloody tomatoes that are giving me pimples, and they're really like cystic, it's cystic acne, and it's awful. When you haven't had pimples your whole life, and then all of a sudden, a grown woman, you're so healthy, or you feel so healthy, and you're doing everything right, exercising and eating right, and you're still breaking out in these pimples. It's really awful. And they're not just little pimples, these are under the skin, very painful. You can feel the lumps there. So it really has affected my self-esteem. I mean, even getting on here today, I've got some makeup on, but, they're there, and so I'm very, very conscious of it. So 2 years ago, I went to see a naturopath. I had lots of things going on. I was getting headaches. I had low tolerance to alcohol. So I would get very sick if I drank, and I'm not a big drinker. You know, this is just a couple of drinks. I had sinus infections. I was tired. I had severe brain fog, so bad. I was trying to think of all the things, my skin, digestive issues. Anyway, I went to a naturopath, and I ended up being put on a whole heap of different products, and I had a very bad detox where I was actually vomiting and I had diarrhea at the same time. I was very sick for about a week. So obviously my body was full of toxins and it was trying to clear it out, and at the time I didn't realise that there was a correlation between the implants and what was going on with my health at the time. Fortunately for me, I actually came across one particular product, an activator, that turns on your body's production of antioxidants, and I felt an influx of energy, the brain fog cleared, and I was feeling on top of the world. But the last, I've still got this skin condition, and I have been sort of reverting back and starting to get tired, but I still function every day, I still do everything, but I still don't feel, on top of as good as what I should be feeling. So if the implants aren't affecting my skin and it's not that, then, that's totally okay. But I just made the decision after being part of, the Facebook groups and doing my own research that they are toxic. It's silicon, it's releasing heavy metals into my bloodstream. I've been told that my lymphatic system is clogged, so I need to, I just need to get the toxic bags out. So I will keep you posted with my health and let you know sort of, what's happening. But I just want to let other women know, if you are considering getting implants, please do some research. These things are causing major problems to women's health and affecting their lives, and it's just not worth it. We need to love ourselves no matter what our body shape is, and love ourselves for who we are and be proud of who we are, and not be putting toxic stuff in our bodies. I made a silly choice at the time. It's something that I regret now, and I'm really cranky at myself because, this is it's self-inflicted, and now I've also got to spend more dollars on actually getting them out. And I can't train for 6 weeks, and I'm an exercise addict, and that's for my mental health as well. So anyway, I just wanted to come to you to let you know a little bit about my story, and I will be letting you know how I go with my surgery and the results of my health. So I shall chat to you all soon. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.